That's the one. Alright.
Okay. 3, 2, 1, go.
Thank you. Nice disguise for RNG manip. Yeah. Something like that. There we go. It's like the only menu I have to do for a long time, and I have to add something to it, because I forgot I'm on J. There we go. Okay. Now I can control my guy. Alright, so there I throw in the jet skates and the Buster Max. The Buster Max is the thing we need to play on easy for, and the jet skates make us go fast.
So the jet skates are pretty self-explanatory, but what's up with the Buster thing?
So the Buster Max is one of the gifts for playing on easy mode. It maxes out all the stats of your Buster. We're gonna kill most bosses by holding B. It's great. In other categories, you gotta do stuff like stutter stepping to reset your shot count. But here I just get to fire a nice stream of golden something at them, and they die.
Showering them with gold.
Yeah. I'm sure there's some other term for that, but we'll go with it. Skip a bunch of cutscenes here. So another thing, playing on the N64 version, which no one plays for a million reasons. First off, people play this game with IGT instead of RTA, and I'm never going to do anything that degenerate in my life. And this doesn't have load times, unlike PlayStation. But in exchange, the graphical fidelity and the audio are dog shit compared to PlayStation. So that's cool. There's also a boss skip you can't do on the N64 version because it's based on an earlier build of the game. So Mega Man is actually physically wider and can't clip the pixel. But on Hundo Easy, it doesn't really matter. The boss fight takes like 10 seconds or something. Well, it's not super bad. So here we gotta go in here to save this dude. Blow up a bunch of snakes. I got the last one. Yep, there it is. So 100% requires me to do all the side quests, get all the Buster parts, and get all of these special weapons. You don't have to get the special weapons maxed out, but one of the Buster parts that you cannot buy is this guy here. I think it's the range upgrade or something, but it's never getting equipped. It needs to be in my inventory. Most of the other ones we just buy from shops.
Yeah, is this guy speed running and chatting?
Trying to. That's not my keyboard. I'm known for being in chat during other runs of mine, but this game actually requires me to do stuff that isn't just mash text.
Can you list all of the things you're known for?
No. Having a 42 in my name.
Alright, sweet.
Being a stream monster. 12-hour speedruns. Yeah, all that shit. Dataface. It's a good reference from this game. We'll see a lot of data. So we're playing in Japanese, and one of the upsides to Japanese is there's a cutscene coming up. And on English, you have to go all the way through the cutscene. It's really long and slow. Whereas on J, we get to skip it by doing something pretty interesting. Please be excited. I believe that's countdown. My hands are both firmly planted on my controller. Thank you, LCC, for posting a high-quality VLCC database. And so I booted the dog down the street, and that skipped the cutscene. Can't do that on you. Yeah. So here we have our first actual boss fight, unless I'm going to count Hanmaru Doll, which I don't. So these are the Bloom Bears. They're going to throw a key around, a hot potato with it. We're just going to kill the first guy that it gets thrown to. We have Feldy Knot. Hopefully we'll just stun lock this. Nice. Easy fights. Got some stuff going on at City Hall. There's gonna be a bunch of robots trying to blow shit up. There's 3 flying ones. Hopefully the yellow one will be here. He's not. They're hunting for him. Nice. This is way harder on any other difficulty, but just kind of like everything else in this category, just gonna hold B. Our boy Bon. He's dead. So far we've kicked a dog and killed a kid. We're on pace. Some war crimes at this point. Oh yeah, we also shot down the news media, so that was great. So now we have a boss fight with some actual tech coming up. The Moral Wolf here, on this difficulty you can kill it on the first cycle. Saves a million years if I get it. I haven't practiced it in a long time, so I'll probably fail. But each cycle's like 8 seconds, it's not the end of the world. This is a weird Mega Man game in that the boss rush is at the start of the game. That'll later. Shit. I had it too. I think I still get it though. Yes. Just please spam dataface. It's the only part of this game that matters. Oh yeah, this game has really good OST. Sadly, a lot of the OST is also just like ambient bird chirping. I'm gonna drop a save here just in case we get a soft block I've had a couple times. So Roll gives us a walkie-talkie. We make pretty good use of that. Getting all around the island fast. So up next is a section where you're supposed to hide behind the van and take out a bunch of tanks and stuff, and I really don't want to do that, so I'm going to clip through a wall instead. This clip is way harder on difficulties where you don't already have the jet skates, but here I'm literally just going to clip through the wall. Nice and easy. So here in the Cardin subgate, there's like a bunch of stuff. I'm gonna start grabbing collectibles. We're gonna do a bunch of it in this here auto scroller room. If you like the wall clip, you'll see it again soon. Don't worry. That's either the old bone or the old doll. I don't actually remember which. This guy over here is part for the grenade arm. And now we wait. Vic, how's your week been, man? So this is your subgate. I gotta grab 3 starter keys. That's the first one. This is the spring set. We'll use that to make the jump springs in a bit. Then this is the other one of the old bowl or the old doll. We'll use the yellow one before we fix our ship. I guess we'll fix a boat with it. That's what you mean. It's 2 starter keys. That's 3 starter keys. That was a pretty clean card and subgate. Still got one more thing to do here. I don't have the spring set yet. You're supposed to have it to jump up this ledge, but if you line your dick up, don't fall off. Also do the jump right. There we go. Get back up here. And we'll pop right back out of bounds. Now I'm doing a pretty substantial skip compared to the last one. So now we're in the main gate. Here to grab a couple things. Yeah, this music's super good. No soft block, for sure now. There we go. Still getting used to my menus in Japanese in this game. How's it going, Zwalman? Nice. Glad to hear it. I know what you're talking about. So I equipped the drill arm there. We'll be using it in the next dungeon to do a bunch of nonsense. But first, I have to go do a billion side quests. So those kids want us to bring them a saw. Don't really know what they're gonna do with it, but... Or rather a pick. I think it's a pick the first time. Nah, it's pick then, saw. Because he throws his saw away downtown. Imagine wanting a collectible of Dick's ass instead of the real thing. Come on. It's not like every effective police chief, this guy's gonna have us do his dirty work for him. I assume they mean a pickaxe, Iris. Yeah, couldn't tell you. So, some people have put some bombs around town. I gotta find 2 of them. These are the only missable items in the entire game. They blow up, then you can't get the things they turn into. There's one on a green roof and one next to a greenhouse. The locations are random enough. So you can just follow a pretty direct route and find them all. So now we're in Uptown, where we get to have some real fun. Next 10 minutes of the run are minigames. First game is Beast Hunter. We gotta kick a ball at a dog a bunch of times. And every now and then we get to kick a dog at a dog instead of a ball. And then sometimes we get to kick a dog at a flashing dog, or a ball at a flashing dog. Really spiffy stuff. The problem with this game is you gotta wait the entire timer, no matter how quickly you get your points, so... It's always a good time to mix a drink. You lose points if you kick the ball or the dog at the old man, by the way. I should mention that. So don't do that. Stomach's hurting. Antacids. They are the truth. Otherwise, painkillers. Ginger ale, also a good call. Doesn't work for everybody, but that one's good. Thank you for the demonsmallz42. That guy, how's it going? Took it around 4 p.m. It's pretty late now, so... Pretty reasonable that it might be too long since then. The run's going okay so far.
I wouldn't know any better either way, so we'll call it good.
Yeah, I'll, when I finish minigames, I'll kind of know. The last minigame is absolutely the hardest. Alright, so that gets us a Zet Saber. We're going to use that for the blade arm that we will never equip. Yeah, I opened to look at what my time was on minigames in PB. And of course, I didn't split on minigames. So, there you go. Yeah, the strongest special weapon is pretty easily the Shining Laser, but outside of the Shining Laser, you could make a case for the Active Buster. Both of them get infinite ammo, and the Active Buster auto-locks onto enemies. Now, this minigame goes based on how quickly you clear it. So, again, the Buster Max completely cheeses it, kind of like everything. That gets us, I believe, the Mystic Orb, which goes into the shield arm. Now for the hard part. This next minigame sucks really bad. So we have to skate through the city streets, basically slalom style. Gotta go through all these cones. Gotta do each race 4 times, the time getting tighter each time, and the 4th race gets you a prize. The first race is really easy, the second race is, like, actually kinda hard, the third race is just a mess of inputs. If I fail any of these races, it is a bit of time loss. The little yellow cones stop the timer for 1 second.
6.9. Nice.
Nice. So as far as I'm aware, left turn course A, you cannot actually complete without getting at least one yellow cone. I don't think it's possible to get sub 7 on this without it. Or sub 8, rather. And then there's technical course. This one sucks. Really, really bad. Because at the end, there's some really bad cone placement. The worst part of this minigame is, like, if you miss a cone, you can't just, like, walk back through it. You have to walk all the way around the cone and go through it the intended direction. And if you don't do that, it's just an automatic fail. So it's pretty sick.
I should really just get used to this victory tune, shouldn't I?
We'll only hear it one more time after this, actually. We are all done with minigames once I clear this race 2 more times. Well, this time and one more. And there are no minigames left in the whole video game. Drink every time you hear the victory tune. Yikes. I mean, the Beast Hunter minigame is generally when I mix a drink during the run, so... I'm still pretty sober for the first, hour of the run, and then start getting really sloppy on remembering where to go. It's great. Doing that without failing is really, really nice.
Oh, yeah.
28:15 is pretty goddamn good time.
Someone needs to have a good run this whole event. May as well be you.
Yeah, we'll see. Alright, so with the minigames done, I'm gonna go start up and clean up a couple of other side quests. She's gonna say that her painting doesn't look right, and she doesn't know what it means. You have the options some talent and some red. I'm not gonna tell her some talent, because that would be, not great. Says she's out of red, so we're gonna go down to the women's clothing store, the first place you would look for red paint. I did not mean to jump on it. She's gonna give us her lipstick. Yeah, exactly. Like, that's exactly the first place I would go, man. I don't know. That's not where I want to go. There we go. The once per speedrun Old City visit. Classic. So I brought those kids a pickaxe. They took that beat to junk old house. Now it looks less beat to junk. This one segment between finishing the first proper dungeon and starting the second is like the longest segment of not doing anything fucking interesting. So, I think the speedrun gets a little more interesting from here. That's Uptown. That's what I want. So we talked to the guy. Said he threw his saw away downtown. I grabbed that. We're also going to grab some parts of that first set of bosses we blew up out of the trash can. Then we'll check on these guys later on. So remember when I said the run gets more interesting? Well, no, we have an auto-scroller next. So, yeah.
This game actively works against fun.
Oh yeah. The first, 40 minutes of this run is, really, really dull. The rest of it's pretty good. Opening and closing the menu makes Roll stop talking. Alright, so here we gotta not have our ship die. It can die on easy. It's, you gotta try pretty hard to ignore all the enemies, but you can. Even then, you need mediocre RNG. At least the song is a banger. Yeah, that was me. Pitch said to type 1 if big for PPMA, so still order a 1. So for how much, to properly demonstrate how much worse this version is than the PlayStation version, you the walls of the lake, the steel walls around the lake, from anywhere on the lake, in all 4 directions on PlayStation. Right now I can't see any of them, and I'm dead center, so yeah. The draw distance is absolutely abhorrent on the N64. But this version is faster in RTA, so there you go. So the lore here is that all these ships were bought or were built by the pirates when they stole all of Dr. Wily's boats. Dr. Wily in this game is not a bad guy, he just owns the boat shop. Be pretty able to AFK this now.
Oh, it's still going.
Oh yeah, this auto-scroller is too long. And there's an auto-scroller boss fight after it. You can skip a cycle in the boss, so hopefully I won't screw that up. Saves like 26 seconds. It's pretty meaningful. We are almost done with this part though. I think this is the last wave enemies.
I don't want you to tell me, Pidge. I want you to show me.
Whoa! So after making a bunch of mediocre robots, they decided to make a gigantic frog that shoots missiles.
I'm on the right, and on the left is the knob Pidge told me not to worry about.
Exactly. I like how this game manages to stick the water level and the auto-scroller into the same screen. It's great.
A technical marvel.
Honestly, truly astounding. So if I blow up both of his arms and the turrets on his back before his left arm fires its second shot, the back damageable portion will spawn right away. And I didn't. So now we get to sit here and circle all the way around him once. No. Never have to ride on a boat again for the whole game. Thank God. So this is the Lake Jin subgate. Unlike the last dungeon, I don't have any really cool walls to clip through. But I'm not supposed to have the drill arm yet, so I'm gonna do a bunch of unintended shit here. This is where the boss skip is on the PlayStation versions. The guy hit me as I was coming out of a text box. Super inconvenient. So here it's kind of the same stuff as the last one. Gotta find 3 starter keys, and grab the refractor, and then leave. Unlike the last dungeon, the starter keys are in chests here instead of just laying on the ground. You missed Vulcan Garrot? That fight's not that interesting in this category. You just kind of hold B. So we have the room with the cool water walls. Yeah, the music's good. Have the red refractor, we'll use this to fix our airship. And this is our boy Garuda Raiden, or Dorito King if you prefer.
Nacho cheese or Cool Ranch?
Cool Ranch. This guy sucks. I'm a spicy chili, personally. Spicy sweet chili, or whatever it's called.
Fair enough.
Literally play jump and shoot man with this guy's face. Now we're just gonna kind of leave the dungeon. Different way than we came in. The drill arm lets us do a bunch of cool stuff here. Some good routing. The rapid striker here. And punch some holes in some blocks. Yeah, nice Iris. Haven't played D&D in a hot minute. Really didn't want to take damage there. Oh, my dad. Nice. Do I have a save anywhere nearby?
Oh.
What the fuck is this? Okay. Good.
Oh, baby.
Maybe I can get the boss skip this time. Or the cycle skip.
I was just about to say, you can show it off now.
So thankfully, after the first couple of rotations around him here, you have an option to fight or retreat. So if you choose retreat, it just puts you back at the dock, and you can talk to your boy Data and save. Gives you a nice convenient way to never have to do that twice in a marathon run. Found our blow up. I might have still missed it. Damn. I missed it by a fraction there. Alright, so if you like Lake Jun, awesome. That screen where I died is like easily the worst part of this run. Because you can just get comboed by the spinny drill bits. The cannon will murder you. Drill bits. Really? Okay. Safety strats. Drop me health, please. I should get enough health off Garudo right and to be at full health, leaving the dungeon.
I've seen this exact boss in Castlevania Bloodline.
Yeah? Same strat? Just,
Big ass fucking golem, shoot him in the face, and then he does nothing.
Yeah, it's good tact, honestly. The best part of that fight is that you're always going to have the jump springs by then. So you literally, like, don't interact with them in any way, shape, or form. Like, you just jump over his shockwaves, and that's it. He's pretty tall though, so like if you don't have the Buster Max and you actually have to like work with actual components you have there, some setups aren't going to be able to actually reach his head unless you're like super close to him. And his body itself does like a fair bit of damage, so setups like that are a little scuffed. Like low percent hard has a rough time with that guy. Low percent hard also has to do a pretty irritating glitch every 3 Buster shots on an upcoming boss. Our boy Gesselshaft. Yeah, absolutely, Eska. That's why you just skate past them. Alright. That's one more time. Full health this time. I'm even gonna flip over the last 2 of these dudes. And this guy. Alright. You know what, dude? Can't bother me if you're dead. Alright, so we grabbed a shiny object right there. That one was an antique shield. Now we're in the same room that we clipped out of bounds in twice earlier. For once, we're not going to immediately go out of bounds in it, though. Ah, shit. So let's talk girl. There we go. Talk to our Gramps here. Tells us some stuff about the island that we don't care about at all. We're gonna go raid his room and grab the schematics for a bomb that he has, just kind of chilling out in the chest. We're in the Closer Woods subgate. This is where the digging robot, the Moral Wolf, was trying to get into earlier. So stop me when you've heard this story before. We're going to go into this room, and we're going to find out that we need 3 keys to progress. This time they're ID cards instead of starter keys. This place is kind of irritating if you don't know how to do it quickly. Or even how to do it, because the whole place looks kind of the same. So the dudes in this room have a tendency to body me. There's one over here, I'm going to pop him quick. We already had a blow up, I'd rather avoid another one. So if you don't kill those guys, there's a good chance they're waiting for you on the other side of that door when you go to open it. And they'll punch you through the door and knock you on your back. And the guy behind you beats the crap out of you and then you die. It's a good way to lose your run. This is the right door. Good.
Are you using a N64 controller also?
Yes, sir. It's got a really good stick on it. Found this my local game store for a really goddamn good price. The condition the controller's in. I was really happy with it. Alright, so just like the last dungeon, we're not gonna finish this place, like, in one go. We're gonna leave through a different exit, do some nearby stuff with the drill arm, and then retire the drill arm for the remainder of the run. The most notable part is, the hole behind this chest has the weapon plans, which are part of the strongest weapon in the game, the Shining Laser. I got sniped me, what the hell? Alright, so we come up here to grab all the remaining stuff with the drill arm, as I mentioned. And also, this portal here has the cannon kit for the powered buster, and the triple access in that far back room, which is probably the most well-hidden item in the game, considering you're, like, very likely to never even enter this place, much less go back there. And then you won't have, the spring set, the jump springs, on the first time you can get here. There's a good chance you'll never go back. And then, even if you don't go back, the thing is worthless. It gives you +1 to 3 of your buster stats, and it's really, really trashy. So we're back up by City Hall. We're going to swing by the kids' house and see how they're doing with their reconstruction. So we brought them 1 pickaxe and 1 saw, and they managed to do all this. We also have some racy posters in the place. Talking to them will spawn 3 collectible items to bring them. We'll get around to later on. Swing back by the police station, turn in the, well, I guess tell him about the bomb situation that we solved. And start his second side quest, which involves a dude who lost the money he was going to use to buy a house. So we're going to talk to him. Roll make us a bunch of stuff. swap to the Grand Grenade, which is one of the parts in the game that can blow up walls. We're going to use it exactly once, and that'll be our final use of a special weapon in the run. You can also do this with a couple other weapons. You can do it with like the Powered Buster and the, I think you can even do it with the Grenade Arm. But the Grand Grenade has a bigger AoE, so it's a little more forgiving. While we're up here, we're going to grab this flower and this beetle. I doubt that worked. Yeah, I'm shocked. So Mega Man likes to auto-aim to the enemies instead of letting you free look if there's enemies nearby. So the timing window to actually blow that wall up pretty tight. But no matter, it's gone. So here we have a boss fight called the Karuruma Bash. They are 3 dogs. And they're gonna run around and shoot flamethrowers at us. We're gonna defeat them with our ultimate weapon, running around in a circle, which they have absolutely no way to defeat. You don't even need the Buster Max for this. You can do this with a very low tier Buster and it will completely trivialize this fight. The Buster Max just makes it a hell of a lot faster. So we got our 3 ID cards. We're gonna go figure out what those do. I barely missed. They give us a ceiling. There are ceilings in this game, yeah. I don't know if the key cards are OP. They are most certainly required, though. So we just saw the main gate, the oldest, biggest ruin on the island that no one's ever been inside of, so nobody ever figured out how to get into it. Despite the fact that we clipped into there, you know, basically an hour ago. So here we have our big sky battle. Take out this line of drakes right quick. Shoot the Gessel shaft and all of its weak spots on the bottom really quick. And then the extremely obvious giant skull on the front of it. Now we have an actually hard boss fight, where I can actually die. This is the Fokker Wolf. It has really damaging attacks. It can stun lock me. It can also kill my ship. That would be hard. Bad fight, but we won, so who cares? I'm gonna watch a special cutscene here.
Oh, that's a facial.
Oh yeah. So in this cutscene, Mega Man barges into Roll's room. And she gets mad at us for coming in without being invited. Then tells us to knock next time. And then Mega Man does a victory pose. And you can try to figure out what happened there.
What the hell is... what?
Yeah. We barged into her room and then Mega Man did a victory pose. Because he went in without being invited. There's definitely no implications of anything at all in that scene. Thank you for the Beplude. So now that we're at the main gate, we're gonna grab this cat, we're gonna take it home, because that is required for the category, unironically. Now, we're in the main gate, we're gonna hear some more banging music. I'm gonna take damage somehow. The Buster Unit Omega. We can't actually progress any further in the main gate because we require the Watcher, Sleeper, and Dreamer keys. So in order to get those, we have to unlock the sub-cities and retrieve them from the sub-cities. I believe they're called the living quarters of the Anthro-something units. So we have another hard boss fight against the last robot that the pirates made. This one's called Bruno, and he is a large boy. On hard mode, his health bar goes all the way to the other side of the screen. It's really fun. You also find out that a lot of Old City here is destructible, as he just like walks through buildings or blows them to crap with his bombs. But on easy, you can just kind of try to keep Mega Man's auto-aim locked to his torso, hold B, and then he hopefully just falls over dead. This is another fight that if you really get off script, it can get really nasty really fast, because he just does a lot of damage. That's right? I think this is right. Is it? I don't remember what my route is. Yeah, this is right. Never mind. We're good. We're good. Where are we? Whatever, I'll make it work. Alright, so we're gonna turn in our lipstick to her. I'm definitely off route now that I think about it, but whatever. Just means our arm will be black at the end of the game instead of blue. No big deal. Grab another part for the vacuum arm there. Oh, hell yeah, countdown. Go talk to this little girl. She's gonna ask if we're not from this island, and then tell us that she wants to walk all over the place when her leg gets better. Appreciate the luck, Downtown. Talk to our nurse. She's gonna say that the equipment at this hospital sucks. It needs to get upgraded. Yeah, I remember how I'm supposed to route this. No, it's fine, man. I have a Cherry MX Blues right here. I know that life. This should be downtown. Why do I even have South Carden? Alright, because it's a practice safe. Downtown. Okay. Got everything fixed. We're where we're supposed to be now. Gonna work on some side quests quick, then I'll progress. So a while back, we talked to the police chief about that guy who lost his bag. He's gonna say that he was in here, looking around, didn't buy anything, but he said he was hungry. We talked to this guy, he's gonna say his wife is unwell. Talk to this lady, she's gonna say that the dude that had the bag got one piece of bread, and then said he had something to go look up. Skip a little bit of travel by hopping in our car. This is what I get for doing like 2 runs of this a year. I'm gonna grab this slug. And now, talk to that guy's wife. And we will use the option to take her to the hospital, see if she gets better. And that's how we get here normally. I already talked to you, I already did all that. Alright, good. So now we're gonna fight everybody's favorite boss. This guy's canon name is Hugh Janus. Because he spits out little robots out of his ass. It's great. And he went right. It's a little slower. Still have one more little side quest to do because I screwed up my routing. I'll pick that up on the way. I guess just need to look at to end the game with black armor, which is fine by me. The color of Mega Man's armor shifts based on moral action take. Which is why it got dark when I shot the journalist's blimp earlier. Go through the E door. Swing by the library. She'll tell us the guy looked like he had something stuck in his throat. And she'll tell us we need to be a better detective. These people are really kind. Talk to this kid. He's gonna tell us he threw the guy's bag in the trash can. Now, if I can hit inspect, has something in it. So I have to remember looking for 79,000 here, not 279. This is the second sub-city. It's also where we get a good chunk of our money throughout. The side quest that I need to pick up quick is the rest of the money. $96, so yeah, we're more than good. Got good spawns on the red guys, too. Oh shit. Alright. That was a bit of a yikes. Thought I counted them all right. I guess I didn't. Thank you for the good luck. We're almost done with the run. So now that we grabbed that cat, there's a million cats around our airship. Grab a cold one quick. And check out the TV, where they're gonna say some people stole money from the bank. I'm supposed to go here right after main gate, but for some reason I blanked on it. So now there's a high-speed car chase happening. You grab this trunk full of cash. And then we're just gonna peace out with it. It's a shitload of money. Now we're immediately gonna donate some of that money to the hospital. Fix that little girl's leg. Notably, if you turn the trunk of cash into the police officer, the serve bots get to build a restaurant that sells hamburgers. I'm gonna grab this here comic book, 'cause that's what that is. Definitely not anything else. And we're gonna buy all of our health upgrades. The energy canteen. All 3 upgrades to the Kevlar jacket. And all the buster parts. Some intense menuing here going on in this shop, I think. So now that we've picked up the slug, the beetle, and that comic book, Swing by here. Give them to the boys. Yep, well, if I can remember to not mash B. 1, 2, 3. We give that guy his bag full of cash, which I forget to do basically every other run. So I found at least one way to make this not a blow up. This one, right? This will be right. This might be South Garden. Okay, good. So normally right here I would talk to the painter lady and grab that trash can. Talk to this dude about his wife. And then go talk to Ira. Wow, I still have light armor. I am impressed. Only one side quest left. All the stuff's done, I just have to turn everything in. So that painter is the curator of the museum. We're gonna give her a bunch of the stuff we found in the ruins. On English, there's a really, really good voice line here. Probably my least favorite part of playing in Japanese. Is I'll get to listen to her say, "That's a reaver bot eye!" In a ridiculously exaggerated voice. Grade 3 national treasure, that's the antique shield. This is the crystal fossil, it's a grade 2 national treasure. And then this one's the Reaverbot eye. Leave, re-enter. Talk to this girl, she'll give us a prism crystal. Talk to roll 3 times. We're gonna give her the things we found for her: the ring, the music box, which we won in one of the races, and the flower. I'm gonna unbreak my shield, thinking about it. I'm gonna do one last item development, and after this, I have no... I should have all but one buster part and every special weapon. And every special item. Other than one of the Watcher, Sleeper, Dreamer keys. We're about to grab the last one. And the last buster part is in the last dungeon. On our way to finish beating the game. So we'll check all that right before the end of the run. Gonna play this super safe. The spawns on the Reaver bots in these places are a little bit random. Other than the actual fixed location guys, like that dude and his little friend down here. I think this is the last one. Nope. Okay. You're welcome to the chat room.
Oh, nice.
Classic. And now back into the final dungeon to beat the game. Should be right around 1:30, so I think I'm gonna come pretty close to estimate. Oh shit. You can set up to clip your dick through those two dudes pretty easily, but I completely forgot they existed. Watcher, Sleeper, Dreamer, cutscene, where Mega Man gets electrocuted for a while, and then saved by the pirates. Last treasure chest. Gigantic refractor. Our boy Data. No normal items. Special items full. Buster parts should have one open slot. And special weapons. Full. Nice. 100%. And Juno. So this guy can kind of be a jerk with patterns. The fight's not exactly, but if he doesn't give me like a lot of uptime on shooting him, the fight can go pretty miserable. The second phase is pretty easy though, because you can't teleport. Phase 1. Oh, he is gonna do it once. I get to come in the middle of a super move. Phase 2, and time is when we have our last text box with roll. Time.
Yo, nice run.
Not too bad considering I had to figure out which save rack to save.
Yeah. All worked out. Yeah, thanks for helping me fill some time with schedule shenanigans. I appreciate it a lot, dude.
Yeah, no problem.
And yeah, thanks for the run. We got one more left, and then that's it. So I'm gonna try to get that set up as soon as possible, y'all. I know it's pretty late now, and we'll get going.
Right on.
Demon, thanks again, man.
Yeah, of course. Anytime, man. Anytime.